2022 has been a rough year, financially, economically. So if you've battled this year, you're in good company. It's tough out there, guys. If you're in crypto, it's been especially rough. 2022 has been a crazy roller coaster ride for crypto. So what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be going through a crypto roundup for 2022, and then I'm going to be addressing the question of, is crypto dead? Now, you know, on this channel, I've always been extremely bullish about crypto, and I'm sure that a lot of you watching right now going, of course, crypto's not dead. Everything's on sale, buy now. But just something that I've been thinking about, and I'd urge you to think about it. If crypto did die, and I'm not saying crypto's dead, but if crypto did die, how long would it take you to acknowledge that fact, to adapt to your surroundings? I'd like to challenge everyone out there. Are you constantly looking with a logical viewpoint as to what is happening economically? Or are you just in a single track mindset that says, no, crypto's good and that's what I'll believe till the day I die? So with these challenging questions, I'm going to be answering that question, is crypto dead, at the end of this video. Good morning, everybody. Now, we're going to have a very quick look at the markets before we go into the top stories or the roundup of 2022. And I like to look at the markets for record purposes, because when we look back at these videos, we'll know that in December of 2022, crypto prices were this. We got Bitcoin trading at 16,845. We've got Ethereum at 1,211. Some of my other favorite coins, look at this, Polygon or Matic at 79 US cents. Now, guys, if we look at altcoin trader, we can see that we've got Bitcoin trading at just under 300,000 a coin, 293 to be exact, and we've got Ethereum at 21,225. So, bit of history, markets severely depressed from where they were a year ago, markets down overall, tough year. Okay, let's look at what happened this year in 2022. Now, guys, just before I go into this, once again, this is an unscripted discussion video. So while I do my best to make sure that my research is correct and factual, as I said, it's a discussion, unscripted video, so there might be one or two things that are opinion-based and not 100% factual. Don't use this as the sole base of your research. Use this as a complement to any research that you're doing in the space. One of the huge headlines, the SEC charges Ripple and two executives with conducting an unregistered securities offering. Guys, regulators attacking crypto in what I would say is not really relevant. There are so many other areas that we've seen in 2022 where regulators could have stepped in and helped people from losing money, but they want to look at things like this. Now, this is a case that has been ongoing. A lot of people in the XRP army waiting with bated breath for Ripple to win this case, because they are anticipating a huge spike in the price of XRP. And of course, a lot of people expecting that this will set a precedent in the crypto space that these are not securities and that they are in fact safe to invest. Also, if that had to happen and a precedent was set in the legal space, that would allow huge investment from corporates. So this is a battle that has been in the headlines and has been ongoing, and at this stage is still unresolved, despite the fact that there's been many news articles saying that it will be resolved in the next month, the next week, whatever the case. It is still going on. The next story, Terra USD crashes. Okay, now this is what I believe started the entire fiasco that we call 2022. When Terra USD and Luna crashed, right? It started a cascade. The dominoes started to fall. And I'll show you some evidence about that in the next couple of slides. So we have been saying that the Fed and that the governments around the world are printing money and there's going to be huge consequences. And I fully agree with that. But what about crypto? Okay, Terra USD was printing money. You could get 20% by simply staking this algorithmic stablecoin. And a lot of people started doing it. First, it was retail investors. And the more money we made, I say we because I was also involved to a small extent, the more money we wanted to make. Then it became institutional investors. They started to see these massive returns and billions of dollars slashing around, similar to what the governments were doing, just happening in the crypto space. So Terra, eventually, this was a stable coin that was backed by crypto assets. And when the cryptocurrency prices dropped, the backing wasn't enough to prop up the value of the stable coin. So algorithmic stable coins were proven in this case not to work. And I'm not saying that they can't work in the future, but I would be very, very careful in investing in any algorithmic stable coins in the future because of what happened here. And once people started to suspect that it wasn't backed and there wasn't enough crypto funds to back this one-to-one, the price started to tank and people started to exit the ecosystem at mass. And that, of course, caused it to crash to zero. Now, Three Arrows Capital, a crypto hedge fund that was absolutely massive, okay, also then went under. And I'm not going to bore you with this article, but if we start looking at down a little bit, we can see that tracing the crypto Contagion from Terra USD, we see Genesis, Voyager, BlockFi, Three Arrows Capital right here. So the Terra USD 4 started to cause contagion. Now there's a lot of companies that were heavily invested in this free money, and rightfully so. They were amongst some of the best and brightest minds in this industry, and they were printing 20-odd%. And once Terra fell, they had huge investment in Terra USD and they lost those funds. And a typical case of this would probably be Celsius. Now I would like to just put a little caveat here. This is a lot of rumor, there's a lot of court documents, and there's a lot of facts that are going to be uncovered as to exactly what happened. But my suspicion, along with many other things, Celsius had a huge investment in Terra USD, and when that collapsed, they were short of a lot of money. And one thing led to the next, causing Celsius to go bankrupt. Now, Altcoin Trader had funds in Celsius, we had profits in Celsius, and those funds are still out there. We're waiting for the bankruptcy to roll up. We've had offers on our claim for Celsius. You can actually sell that claim on the market, and at this stage we are holding strong. We have considered those funds all gone, but there is an outside chance that we could get a small percentage of those funds returned. So a lot of huge corporate companies losing money in Celsius. The next thing that we saw was BlockFi also starting to lose a lot of money. Now I'm going to tell you about a nice rumor about what happened with BlockFi. And as I said, this is just simply a rumor. So BlockFi, affected by the contagion of Terra USD, started to battle to supply withdrawals to their clients. Okay, so then we had FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, come in the white knight to save BlockFi, which was great because Sam saved BlockFi, saved crypto. Everyone was relaxed. Everyone was happy that their funds would now be safe. But what happened is Sam actually said, well, we are now the company that is saving you. We need to make sure that all your clients' funds are safely custodied with FTX. So BlockFi went and sent a huge amount of customer funds to be safely custodied with FTX. So did Sam actually save them? Because we know, fast forwarding a little bit, FTX went bankrupt and they had the funds of BlockFi. Now, that is a rumor that is circulating in the crypto industry, that FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, did that with a lot of companies, not only BlockFi. As you know, the FTX bankruptcy is very new. We don't know the facts around this scenario and this situation. So just watch out when you're quoting that. It may not be the case. It is certainly a rumor circulating in the industry. After that, FTX. Now, FTX, and I look back at some of my videos and I'm advising people to take coins off of exchanges, and I said that even the biggest, safest exchanges in the world, anything could happen. Case in point, FTX. FTX was spectacular in the way it collapsed, right? My opinion is that it was just absolute gross mismanagement of customer funds by people that had no business acumen. Sam Bankman-Fried and the group of students and the group of what we all thought were young, bright businessmen had no clue, no acumen, and no logic, no common sense in the way that they dealt with customer funds. And this caused an absolute fiasco, absolute spectacular collapse. And I think that we are going to be dumbfounded when the facts come out. If any of you guys are watching this case, watching the media, Sam Bankman-Fried currently arrested, being held in the Bahamas, not being extradited to the US. At this stage, that might change, but a lot of corruption, a lot of gross mismanagement, a lot of incompetence coming out of this story. Now, to make matters even worse, right? After FTX, the public, everyone cried out to exchanges because the regulation is thin at best in most countries. Everyone wants proof of reserve. They want to know that the exchanges have got the customers' funds. Perfectly logical. So Mazars is an auditing company that is one of the biggest auditing companies in the crypto space, or certainly in my opinion. And they were providing big companies like Binance, even ourselves, even Altcoin Trader. We got a Mazars proof of reserve for our stablecoin XR, which you can find on the XR website. So Mazars is going around, issuing proof of reserve, trying to reassure customers and do some good in the industry to say that, listen, we've got these, the exchanges have got these coins. But the problem is that while the exchanges can very simply prove what reserves they've got, they cannot easily prove what liabilities they've got. And in some exchanges, it might not be in their best interest to say, hey, we owe so much, but we only have X amount. So Mazars is trying to be an industry leader in the space, but they just couldn't do it. They quit crypto. They said, guys, we are too scared to go out there and say to the public, Binance or one of these big crypto exchanges is safe, because if you invest all your funds and Binance has somehow duped us because they are not willing to expressly show the liabilities, we're not going to be putting our name to it. So another huge blow to cryptocurrencies. Leading auditors have exited the space because they don't feel confident that they can show the holdings and the liabilities. And they don't want to put their name to anything that could in the future become a scandal. And we know in crypto, scandals are happening left, right, and center. Big blow to crypto, Mazars quitting. Now, guys, I'm going to go into some positive news. Before I do that, I'm just going to quickly talk about Binance because that is the current hot topic. Is Binance solvent, right? If Binance had to go down, it would be another devastating blow to crypto, and we don't know what the bottom would be for Bitcoin. So Binance rumored to have $70 billion in assets, in customer funds that they are holding for customers. A massive, massive player in the financial industry, but in the financial industry of the future. Now, a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation, a lot of people that went down with FTX are starting to throw darts, throw arrows and say, is Binance solvent? And there's no way to properly prove that Binance is solvent. As we said earlier, Mazars have quit. So what is now happening is that Binance is buying struggling companies. Are they buying those struggling companies with customer funds, or are they buying it with profits? That is a question that at this stage we have no answers to. And it's not easy. These are not customers like listed customers that you can see the balance sheets, that everything's transparent. No, we don't know. We are left to speculate whether Binance is solvent or not. My personal opinion is probably irrelevant. Binance is at this point too big to fail. They are the biggest exchange in the world, and they will be able to handle any type of withdrawals, any type of run on the back. Binance is currently seeing billions of dollars leave the platform as spooked investors try and withdraw their funds. And they're not only trying, they are successfully getting their funds out. Binance is passing the stress test with flying colors, and I believe it will continue to do so. And the draw of crypto is so strong that if you have successfully withdrawn your funds out of a centralized exchange like Binance, and you want to get back into the crypto market after a month, 2 months, you have no choice but to go back in. CZ from Binance has said that customers are welcome to withdraw their funds at any stage, and he's also said that you can self-custody. He's also warned that if you are not fully au fait and fully understand how to work with crypto, you could possibly lose your funds if you try and self-custody. At Altcoin Trader, we've always encouraged our clients to take their funds off of our exchange unless, of course, they're using the funds in active trading, staking, earning revenue, or any of the products that we offer. But you can see a lot more about that in my previous video. So, is Binance solvent? I don't know. Binance is certainly what appears to be a very well-run company. They appear to have all their customers' funds, and they are passing the stress test of mass withdrawals with flying colors. So I'm certainly hopeful for Binance. I personally like Binance, and I don't think that we are going to see an issue. But I've been wrong many times in the space, so don't bank on it. I personally think we're going to be okay with Binance. Okay, now, after all this negative news, probably left your head spinning going, guys, this has been an absolute fiasco. Let's go into some positive news. Okay, the merge. Ethereum moved from proof of work to proof of stake. I think we grossly underestimate what actually happened in our ecosystem. Guys, there was no massive chaos. This went without a hitch. It was a smooth transition. And I personally am so grateful that the Ethereum devs and the community at large managed to make this happen. It was something that I thought would possibly cause a lot of drama and disasters in the Ethereum ecosystem. But guys, let's take a moment to reflect on 2022 and go, wow, the Ethereum merge from proof of work to proof of stake was absolutely amazing. Let's be grateful for that. Okay, now something that for me was an absolute highlight was the Central African Republic adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. Guys, this is the second country that has adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. If you're saying, hey Richard, why isn't El Salvador on this list? Well, because they adopted Bitcoin as legal tender in 2021, not 2022. We are seeing the dominoes fall. We are seeing massive, massive adoption for cryptocurrency. Legal tender. Worst case scenario, you could move to the African Central Republic and use Bitcoin as a currency. You'd be free of the fiat system. So let's not underestimate these dominoes that are falling as far as adoption in the crypto space goes. Another topic that I have been watching and absolutely amazed is Visa and MasterCard are adopting cryptocurrency in many different ways. Just about every other month you hear an announcement about either Visa or Master and what they are doing in the crypto space and how they are merging crypto into the traditional financial world. Guys, these are big players. These are leaders in the traditional financial system, and they are looking at cryptocurrency very seriously. Crypto is being merged and is being used by massive, massive players in the traditional financial industry. Another thing, let's go to some local news, something that was absolutely amazing and I think didn't get enough spotlight, enough media attention. We've seen banks, FNB, ABSA, Nedbank, all de-risk or cancel bank accounts for the local South African crypto industry. Now, the SARB came out. We've got Standard Bank as the last guy standing. They have given the crypto industry bank accounts, and we are able to bring crypto to South Africa. Thanks very much, Standard Bank. We will not forget that Standard Bank stood by us, stood by the crypto community through the times when every other bank abandoned us. Guys, the SARB urges banks not to close crypto exchange accounts. Now, the SARB, the South African Reserve Bank, sent out a letter, and it's just sort of a mild suggestion saying, guys, banks, don't cancel the industry leaders in the crypto space in South Africa. The reason that they did this is because the South African government, and I know we all have a lot to say about the South African government, has their finger on the pulse, and they can see that crypto is a massive, massive worldwide phenomenon, a worldwide industry, and they don't want South Africa to be isolated or to be excluded from this massive wealth transition. So kudos to the South African government, to the Reserve Bank, for having the insight to send out this document to the banks and just to slowly start getting everything back on track. What will be a result of this, we don't know, but we will watch it very, very closely. Guys, another huge win for crypto adoption, another huge win for South Africa being financially savvy. And then something else, which is the closing story of this morning's video. It's just something that I found interesting, funny, absurd, whichever way you want to look at it, is Donald Trump came out with a huge announcement in the middle of December saying that he's going to announce something huge. We were all waiting, what is the announcement? His announcement was simply Trump digital trading cards. I mean, guys, that's obscene. Anyway, he didn't refer to them as NFTs, but they are clearly NFTs. He referred to them as trading cards. Now, as you can see, these trading cards, there were 45,000 cards that were launched, right? And they were all sold out within, I think it was 12 hours. And they were sold for $99, or the Ethereum equivalent of 99 US dollars. And you can see these cards, I mean, they're all basically hero status of Donald Trump playing golf, Donald Trump at the Super Bowl, Donald Trump, in all these different costumes and crazy things. And it's really cool, I mean, like the president who said that cryptocurrency was garbage is launched a NFT collection. Okay, so he didn't actually launch it himself. He outsourced a license to have it launched, but that's just the details. So these cards, they were sold at $99 each. Very quickly, they got up to as high as $600 to entry level to buy one. And as you can see, over the last couple of days, they've crashed down. They're 0.19 ETH, which is, I would guess probably $200 odd. Now, 0.19 ETH. Now, do I own one of these cards? Absolutely not, guys. No. Would I buy one? Well, maybe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the price to drop and I'm going to pick myself up one. Why? Do I think it's a good investment? No. If you want to make money, I wouldn't suggest buying this. Look, I've often been wrong, but I wouldn't buy one of these for investment purposes. I want to be part of crypto history. I think that this is a novel thing and I would like to own a little piece of it. I'll buy a card and I don't care if it goes to near zero because I'd never sell it because, as I said, I'm not buying it for investment purposes. Now, guys, the final topic for this morning's video is crypto dead. If crypto was to die, would you be one of the last to know? Would you be a guy that has a train track mindset that just goes, crypto's good and I'm going to believe that till the day I die? Or if it did die, would you be able to look with a logical lens? Would you be able to know? Would you be able to see the signs? And would you be able to say, guys, this is not going to work for a modern world, for a modern society? I like to put myself in the latter category. I like to say that as much as I love crypto, as much as I believe in crypto, I don't want to be blindsided. I don't want to be ignorant, and I don't want to not have the ability to logically look at the space and go, can I constantly reassess if crypto is valid? Now, having justified my comments with that, I'd like to say that I certainly don't think crypto is dead. I think that what we've seen in 2022 is going to put crypto back a couple of years, to say the least. It is going to cause huge suspicion. It is going to cause the price of crypto to be suppressed for an extended period of time. But all of these failings that I've highlighted in this video have not been cryptocurrency failings. They have been failings of centralized institutions that have offered crypto. And it's an important distinction to know. They have been failings of corrupt, incompetent, and people that haven't used logical business sense in running their operations. It has not been the Bitcoin blockchain that has failed. It has not been the Ethereum blockchain that has failed. To the contrary, the Ethereum blockchain has had a massive upgrade this year. The crypto space is as good as ever. The Bitcoins that were at 60 or 70,000 US dollars, 1 million South African rands, are still the same Bitcoins that are currently at under 300,000 or 16,000 US dollars. It is the same cryptocurrency on the same rails and the same product. I don't believe that crypto is dead. I believe that crypto is a good long-term investment, and I will keep you updated if my opinion changes. I'm bullish on crypto. I don't believe crypto is dead. I am not spooked. I will continue with promoting cryptocurrency because I believe it is, or at the very least is, part of the financial system of the future, and it delivers us from an old state where corruption and non-sovereign ownership of your finances to a new state where we hold our destiny in our hands. Guys, that's it from me. I'd ask you to hit the like and subscribe to this video. I will see you next year. Bye.